Alright, we're back live again, but before I continue, I'm gonna try to test my stream out by watching my own stream. Test, test. Alright, testing 1, 2, 3, final test. Oops. Me. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I have my game in the background. Ooh, my mic, the noise that my mic picked up just spiked just now because there's stuff around. Hopefully that didn't destroy the audio. I don't want to lower my thresholds. I think it was just a off chance that something just hit the mic there. I think it should be fine. But yeah, just wanted to do a quick session before I had to sleep because I gotta get up for work in the morning. But coming across when I was going through Instagram, I came across my coworkers. Sort of, they're trying to write a book. Their own work, and then they made a OC of one of their, I guess, antagonists. Well, not really antagonists. It's just like a creature that just happens to be like stalking her main character. It's not really a main villain or whatever. It's just there, and I thought it looked cool. I mean, it looks like a classic Grim Reaper with a twist. I want to use a reference, but before that, I did do a screenshot with her name on it. I'm gonna blur her IG account before I open the reference up here. And then I'll probably post a short version of this vlog on my own socials. So it's just like to protect my coworkers' privacy. Let's see. Going on. You don't see anything in the background. That's because I'm working on I'm working on some editing software real quick to like blur out my coworker's name. I wonder what erase does. Select brush or draw around. Yeah, so the application is not on stream just cause like why would I? No. Wait, what's erase? Ah, cool. Wait. Wait, that doesn't do anything. Not sure what it does. That doesn't erase anything. Wait, even drawing, using my mouse to draw a marker just instantly gets deleted. I don't know why. I'm trying to edit this. Why is it not letting me edit? Wait, nothing's actually working. That's so weird. I I guess I'll open it up again. That's weird. Markup. Finally. Okay, well, it worked now. Great. Alright. Now we're back in. Now we can actually get into it. So I'm gonna put up my reference here very fast. I just did a quick edit of whoa, this is massive. Wait, how do I control this? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, well, I'm gonna select all and exit. It's titled the date of it's titled has the date of the picture. It's so funny. That when the picture was taken, the date of when I took it, and time. Oh, there we go. Well, that's more like it. But anyway, let's bring this up a notch. So that is my reference. This is the reference right here, and I'm gonna use this to basically do my own rendition. Whoa, not like that. Do my own rendition of my coworker's OC. All right. So I'm just gonna take a look here real quick. Hopefully, and by the way, this the for those who do watch this or come across this short in the future when I do post it up online, the background music you're hearing is from Final Fantasy XIV from the third expansion. It should be, yeah, the third expansion, Stormblood, and it's in like the big basically the Final Fantasies Japan. It's called Kugane. Um, I noticed I was just just wasting a lot of time racking my brain to find like royalty free music online. Like there's plenty of resource, but I couldn't really find something that suited me for basically because I wanted something that I could like basically use for every stream that I do, or at least like have a select few that I could rotate around. I haven't really gotten a good bunch yet because I noticed that I would just get tired of it while sitting down for hours. I mean, I guess like anybody would get tired of the same old music all the time. But I noticed that like what better way to like just unwind and listen to loopable music than to play RPGs. And I said, you know what? I play an RPG, and it's filled with a lot of background music that I don't even like. Like I get so unbothered by it because it melts into the background so well. And Final Fantasy is one of those RPGs, and I'm like, well, I don't think I will get copyright struck right? Because like people stream video games all the time and they have their own music built in. So I'm like that's why I have the game on. I have the game right there covering my what you call it, my canvas preview, right? Because like I don't think it really matters too much, the canvas preview, because I always zoom out and in anyway, like this. Um but yeah, it's there just to show like, hey, I'm not playing like, I don't know, like maybe the AI that YouTube uses or whoever reviews the videos or in streams might think I'm using copyright music, and they don't even bother. They wouldn't even bother to like do like a analysis. But yeah, it's there. It's Final Fantasy 14. I hope I know I'm like 80%, more than 80% confident that I'm able to use Final Fantasy music on my streams. So it's a little bit of an overload on my PC, but it could manage. I believe in it. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. So I asked my coworker if I can do my own version. Well, you know, do just like draw her OC my way. And she said yes. So let's see how fast and how good this will turn out. Okay. I don't know why I made a new layer there when I already had one. Okay. I'm gonna put. Wait, actually, let me first redline it. I mean, yeah, redline. Because I wanted to like basically break it down in my head. Okay, so I'm not sure. I don't have time to like going back and forth with my coworker. This is supposed to be like something fun anyway. So I'm not sure if this is a hair or the hood, but guessing this is, since this is like a obvious gap inside, it's a hood, right? So she gave this creature, well, she said she, so it's a woman just cloaked in death's clothing. So there's a hood, right? But it seems like she has some sort of, there is a semblance of actual real clothing, right? Kind of like those like, I don't know from what era, but it's like one of those old, like very old, sort of medieval farmer times. I mean, that's the scythe tool is a farming tool, so, and then think Grim Reapers wear sort of similar clothes from the same era for the farm life, and maidens of a farm, or like the wives of the farmers, would have sort of similar garments that have a loose top, so there's like very long and I guess like loose fabric, but then around their waist there'll be something that's tighter fitting to like hold everything together. At least that's what it reminds me of. And then of course my coworker's vision would include something that's like there's many different ways to draw Grim Reapers, and the clothing especially could be anything. It could be a bunch of materials inspired by multiple sources. So I'm just redlining through to just like get my brain warmed up about what I'm about to do. I think it's a very nice habit, even though it feels like it's not doing anything. So it's just this very long cuff. She meant for her Reaper version, her version of the Reaper to be like a ghost, more like with a hood. Very long fabric. Yeah, it kind of looks like a fish at the bottom. So like it's very tight at the knees. So you know there's like a there's a sort of feminine nature about her Reaper. I mean, so she did make it clear it's a she. And then this thing, it's a long and broad scythe. I'm not sure if she wanted this to be in perspective. That's why it looks sort of larger, because I feel like and I don't mean this in any way to like degrade, you know, her drawing. I mean like this looks to me like she's trying to do things in perspective, from like, so this is the furthest part and this is the nearest part. I mean yeah, right here. This is the nearest part, that's the farthest part. It seems to me that she's trying to do like a sort of perspective thing, so I will try to replicate that. She seems to want to show off the edge of this weapon, which is, I think, is really cool. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Okay. So since this is done in portrait mode, portrait format, I will do this in portrait format. Alright. I need my brush pencil. This is at font 25. I'm still in red ink, which is fine, I think. This is gonna be a draft, right? So let's see. I won't draw. I would do my own thing too. I won't like draw her like just standing neutrally like that. I don't know why I'm drawing like a circle like this. So I'll still make this point the nearest. And she wants to show off the blade, so I'll do that. Parts of the blade are gonna be left covered. I don't, unless I change. Yeah, you know what? I might be able to change it eventually. I just want to make sure like I get the more important parts. So your brain will just fill in the blanks, because like the rest of the blade wouldn't really matter, as long as I get the main features of her OC's blade, and I think that'll be good enough. So this one curves. It goes like this. I would love to post this vid right away tonight if I do this enough. I mean, quick enough. Cause I don't know. I feel like it's nice to see the artist's process, right? Cause all I've been doing is just like posting final products or like whips, like work in progresses. But I think, especially in today's like sort of meta, like the meta now is like short films, short videos. I get addicted to short videos, right? I don't really. I mean, I like art, right? So I do like stay and to look at the art and like you know, notice some things here and there, study it a little bit. But not everyone's gonna do that same thing. They like videos, so. And I feel like I'm not doing myself a favor if I don't post my process, or at least like that's why I'm trying to stream more, because that way it's like not only will I get more like, how to say it, more reach and more chances to be seen online, like have a more larger online presence. But I think it just helps people engage more, because like you see a process and people will like ask questions and like, and then maybe even engage in new and like asking you to do certain things or requests and stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, that would be a cool idea, and you start doing that, and then you get like this endless like non-stop resource of ideas, because you know you open up pathways when you document your process and post it online. Okay, so I got her weapon basically like that. I don't have to show the full thing, because the main highlight is actually the whole, you know, the OC, the Reaper, right? The weapon's cool too, just to show like, you know, that this is that entity that will cut you. So this thing is attached to a sort of lumber thing, wooden part. So the curved part of the sword, the blade here is actually embedded inside the staff. So I'm gonna do a straight line, like a erase, and do a straight line there. And the staff is not straight. So I'm not saying I don't know why it sounded like I'm grading her art, like, oh, the line is not straight, therefore you get a D minus. But no, that's I'm just pointing out a artistic liberties that my coworker has taken, and I have to try and preserve those liberties. I'm not even sure if I'm using that word right, artistic liberties. I'm basically trying to preserve as much as I can from the original, is what I meant to say. The pointed ends are very pointy. I think it's cool. So the staff might also have a far end and a near end. Near end being towards the bottom. Far end, because I want to show the Reaper like act like, you know, either how do you say it, like loading the swing, or is swinging. I feel like the part here is, if I think about like its physics, I think it's too narrow at the top. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, because it's like you have such a thin rod and then you have a heavy blade. I'm pretty sure that's like just on its own, it's like at least 40 pounds. That's heavy. So having a thin blade, thin sort of anchor above is not. That's just gonna snap when you swing one time. This is a thick piece of wood here, I gotta say. I'm gonna give it some edgedness. I'm gonna add my own liberties to it. I think from the way it looks, I think giving it like sort of plants will give it more oomph to it. I think like rose thorns, and then give it an actual rose. That'll be cool. this is still just a draft, but it's always nice to, when you're going through it, that you feel like you're basically nailing it the first time. I will try to draw this in like a manga type style, like toning and lining, because I feel like I haven't been doing much practice in that sort of thing, and yeah, I just want to do more of it. Okay, so that sometimes straight lines rule when you do drafts. Sometimes it just feels like it's more reliable. Not gonna do too much here, but alright, so that's a thorn. I mean, that's a vine, sorry. Alright. Alright, so did my stream get muted? Hold on. Okay, good. My my stream is not muted. That means Final Fantasy BGM, well, Final Fantasy 14 BGM is goated. Thank you. What's his name? Soken. Yeah. Thank you, Soken, for making such loopable music. That makes me so happy, honestly, because it also gives me a reason to just log in. Like I've been like I tell my friends all the time. It's like you have no idea how much I've been missing this game, but like there's not anything that's like I need to get forced to play this game again, like seriously. But I haven't really gotten a good reason to, which is good and bad. I mean, good because I am focusing on other things like drawing, for example, which is good. Taking a break from a lot of gaming sort of helped me reformat my goals and whatnot, and realign my visions for long term or whatever. But still, sometimes drawing would feel like exhausting, and I realized that I needed a proper escape to just not do anything, right? And I've been missing anime and missing playing games, but the issue with games has of late, it's like I have too many, and by too many I mean I have too many gacha games, and that in itself is like very taxing as well down the road. I'm not saying I want to quit all the gacha games, but maybe narrow it down and like have a main game, because before, like, I was just playing Honkai Star Rail. That was very refreshing, because I did get a little bored and tired from Final Fantasy 14 because there's not much to do. But now that Final Fantasy 14 is actually picking up again and my friends are playing it and talking about how much they're having fun, I want to get back into it. And I'm so used to playing gacha games, so used to like putting myself through that void and torture of, like, I don't know, the grind, that nothing feels as relaxing. And I need a proper rest, like a mental rest. So I need games, and I need to play Final Fantasy 14. But anyway, that was a very long-winded explanation of why I want to get into Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, like, now that I know that I can use the game's music for my streams, I sort of have a segue to just playing it. Like, for example, once I get off stream, I could play Final Fantasy and just like whatever, have fun, right? So hooray for that. But yeah. There we go. I managed to draw some vines while I yap. That's great. Okay. Just wanna actually close things off here. Yeah. It's so funny, right? Lately on X, I've been seeing like people like just like low profile, low follower count accounts that they stand on their own merits as an artist, but then lately, because they're not as big as like certain artists that have documented evidence that they can draw and stuff, a lot of people have been like turning like they would ask, well, one, they'll ask for a request for a commission, and then later down the line, after they get a sample from the artist, before they make the, some people do like a half payment thing before, because there's like a level of trust you gotta establish, right, between the buyer and the artist. So after the artist would give them samples, because AI is so rampant online, people have been turning down commissions or like retracting their requests left and right. It's insane. So it does sound a little scary for me too, because I'm also very new. So documenting and streaming is very good for me, where like people can just see like, I can just quickly debunk people's doubts about like whether or not I can draw, or whether or not I'm using things to assist me. Clip Studio is really good for a resource, so like you have a lot of resources and tools that might help you draw what you want and get better, but for the most part it's still you, right? But like I just want to be able to show that I'm not using any type of like AI assistance or whatever. Like, for goodness sakes, people use stabilization to help them draw lines and stuff. I have stabilization at 5. A lot of people have stabilization at like 20 plus. All right, this is how much AI I don't use. Okay, it's like I am the assistance. Like, this is just my tool, my only tool. Let me save this real quick. What do I name it? Co-worker OC, whatever. Okay, I did the weapon ish. I would like to draw a flower on it. I'm not doing like a full-blown flower, but actually I don't know how to draw one properly. Just like meh. Alright, just to remind myself that there is a flower there. That is a gigantic flower, my goodness. Oh, right, okay, there. It's like a lily, basically. The lily is like known for its narrow body, but then very vibrant and wide petals. I don't know how to say that. I'm very bad at explaining myself. But hopefully with the finished product, you'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's a flower. Just one. Okay. Oh my gosh, I could hear my own stream on my phone. Let me turn that down. Alright, so that's the blade. That is the blade. Said I had like 2 viewers. It's still 2 viewers? Why do I find that hard to believe? Is it just all me? I think it's just all me, to be honest. Is that, looking aside real quick. Because I see my coworkers. she's like nervous. I don't know why she's nervous. I mean, I'm the one drawing it. Why she's nervous? She gave me the okay. So I'm drawing it. Anywho, alright, that's the draft of the weapon. Now I draw, because the OC is basically in the middle ground and the weapon's in the foreground, I'll move the layer. Not that it matters. It really doesn't matter. It's a draft, but whatever. But anyway. Anywho. Okay. Here, I'm gonna do some quick wrist exercises. I don't want to stiffen up, you know. It's supposed to be loose. Alright, I won't use red lines for this. I shall use the aquamarine. No, I can't see that. I actually can't see that. Maybe a darker aquamarine. Yeah. That's great. I know my coworker likes green, like me, but I like teal. So I'll give her some green vibes. Alright. So, because my coworker did not really give me much off to work with about how she wants her Reaper to look like, I could basically do whatever I want. But I do want to show that she is a woman somehow. Yeah. So I do. Okay, I want her OC to be grabbing on this, I guess. Right? Would it be a ghoulish hand? I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, how am I gonna do this actually? Because the weapon's like going this way. Right? It's like going this way. The weapon going this way. This is how I see it, right? So, how am I gonna fit this woman? Sorry. Unless she can be crouching down while she can be crouching down. Okay, the hand will be like here, sort of, like basically in the foreground. But my vines though, it's gone. She's covering the vines. It's okay. I'll just move it up somewhere. Maybe like this. It does feel awkward. Hmm. You know what? Answer to all life's problems. Boobs. Boobs. Okay? These are boobs. Oh my gosh, it's actually pretty. It's actually working. This is actually working, guys. I mean, I don't know why I say guys. Like, I don't. There's probably no one watching this. Anyway. Like I see the neck. Right here is a center point. Whatever. This is why we do our stretching exercises. You know, just loosen up. It's still not proper scale in regards to the weapon. Yeah, wait, hold on. I think I know one. I think I know where I can do this. This is why you have separate layers too, so you can just do that. It's great. I actually don't need this anymore. So yeah, moral of the story. When in doubt, just draw boobs. Solves all problems. Oh, nope, not like that. I forgot that was there. That's funny. I don't need to draw like that. I don't have to draw the boobs like actually draw it in. But it just helps me, you know, some people have like their strengths are like what they could lean on. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you have your anchor points. If you're able to sneak in your anchor points, that helps you like draw the rest of the picture. Then, yeah, use it. I still don't quite like where this is going, but that's why you keep going until you find the right angle and stuff. This is not by a mile, right? This is definitely not anything close to where I want it. I'm just like thinking about different things here. Maybe it should be lower actually, because she's definitely holding the weapon like this, and then maybe the wrist is going down here, and then if I were to imagine this canvas being, I mean, I can just draw the canvas straight up, right? I could even just stretch it out like this, just so I could see where I want to be, right? I still want to keep it at, I am going to revert back to the original size, but just wanted to so yeah, if I were to draw this like that, it's not gonna look like much. More inward. Inward. Gosh, sometimes you gotta yell at your computer to make it do what it wants you to do. I mean, to get you to do what it wants. I mean, what you want. So the shoulder point would be like right here, right? She's like tucking in the blade, the scythe to her body. She's not like, she's like resting it against her left shoulder. But then the right hand is holding the whole weight. I do want... Okay, what if I... Okay, so... I do want her OC to be like... If I were to draw a face, it'd be like tilted. Oh god, I'm not making any sense here. Not at all. I see it, you know, I see it, but I can't do the best depiction of what I'm trying to do. Hold on. Okay. Shoulder, neck. Just draw simple shapes for now. There won't be any face. I just need the face to help me like drape the garments on. Basically, is what I'm trying to do. Maybe move it somewhere here. Something like that. Yeah. Shoulder rests. Arm, shoulder, like super zoomed in here. Forearm is basically non-existent. Oh, that's too gigantic. Hold on. Um, draw the hands first, real quick. I guess, whatchamacallit? It's like looking upwards. Yeah. It's like looking up. It's like looking up. No, I like that. Okay, that changed things. That does change things for sure. Uh, and then boobs. Boobs. I mean, my coworker did sort of drew boobs on the picture, so it's like partially covered by the blade, and that's completely fine. Just drawing shapes that are not necessary, but it does help me keep the perspective constant, if that makes sense. You know, there we go. It's kind of like you know, you draw a cup, the opening. If you look down, the opening's like this. If you look up, the opening's more curved downward, right? You get the point. It's the same. So it's the same with boobs, okay? So I pretend they look like cups, okay? Like the part that's affected by gravity most on boobs, because it's treated like a water drop, are what I call the cups. And surprise, surprise, when women buy bras, they're called cups, bust size. So to help you draw boobs in perspective, you kind of have to look at it like cups. Well, in my opinion, it is still my opinion. I didn't go to school, so I didn't go to school for art. So it's just some things that I found that helped me along the way. Anyway, so the arms there. Forearm, it's kind of out of frame, I guess. She is looking down. I do kind of want to add like a thingamajig where she's like, you can barely see her other hand, but it's like giving you that creepy vibe, like, ooh, long fingernails. Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah. You can't see anything yet. For sure. This looks like a mess, but just gotta trust me, you know? Just gotta trust me. Okay. Now you could see like it is a semblance of it sembles a there is a semblance of a woman here, so which is what I feared was gonna be harder than I was gonna be hard to do, but I'm glad we made it. I'm doing this so I could find the hips, is all. I'm not very professional yet, so I have to rely on whatever I can to help my eyes follow. Alright. Here we go. Ish. So there's gonna be like multiple drafts on one, just because one is just to help my brain visualize. The next is gonna help me get the line art going, and the next is gonna help me actually get in like a fully formed draft before I color, because the coloring isn't very hard. I mean, if you think about it, it's just like fill in the gaps. Once you have the fundamentals of your project, it should be like values and stuff. Like coloring is not that it shouldn't be that crazy, at least in my opinion. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I could do a thing where like the fingers like teasing the little pointy blade part of the blade. Ooh, that's great, dude. That's great, dude. Anyway, let's revert back to canvas. Bye bye cups. Gotta say bye bye cups. Um. Edit canvas. Yeah. Revert it back. What was it? 11:17, right? 11:17. Oh no no no! Not like that. I was about to say, jeez. I don't know. I mean, I can't just write this 0 0. Perfect. Yeah, that looks great. I could see it. I could see it. I definitely could see it. This is great, man. Um, yeah, I'm getting excited. This is great. Okay. So that. I was working on another project before. Like I have a work in progress, but when I saw when my coworker did it, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get my I got to work on this. Like I need to work on it. Just fixing some stuff visually, so like to transition to proper line art wouldn't be so hard. I don't have to like clean a lot of stuff. It still kind of feels off, but hold on. Good to flip back and forth. No, I want her to be looking up. Sort of looking up, but not really. Damn it, I think I messed it up. Let me go for a softer brush. gonna mute my stream for a bit. Alright. Forgot I muted my mic for a bit. It's because family walked into my room for a while. Nothing special. Kinda sure unhinged. She does look like a psycho. I like how I said it was gonna be just a second draft, but it ended up being the final draft. Oh gosh. kind of winging the fingers. I still need work on anatomy on fingers, but as long as I can make it look convincing. I say because she's like a undead creature, I could get away with stuff. pinky is still a little weird, so alright, it's whatever. so I gotta draw the little sleeve. That's the cuff. I got darken the under the sleeve basically.
Hmm.
didn't draw the staff like that. I gotta go to sleep. I'm just gonna draw the staff real quick. I feel like it doesn't really make sense at the moment. The way I'm making the character hold it. I guess I gotta make a layer for that. Alright, gotta go sleep. I'll save this for another day.